Maybe it's time we start asking real questions. So here's my first real question, MAGA. What do you think would happen if we all get health care? I mean, we are the only wealthy country that doesn't have it, and we're the wealthiest of the wealthy countries, so obviously we can do it. It is very much possible. Everybody else does. But MAGA doesn't want to because of why? I mean, what do you think people will do with healthcare? Quit their jobs? Because they don't have to buy it anymore? Well, that's still not going to pay the rent or food. I mean, you still have to work just because you have healthcare. To me, it would mean that if you get sick, you could go to a doctor and get better instead of, waiting until you're sick enough to go into a hospital. What exactly is it that you think will happen? Everybody's going to quit their job and go on welfare? No, that's an utterly ridiculous statement. Other countries do not have people sitting all over welfare because they have health care. We already pay the biggest chunk of our budget to health care. And that's so that people can make buku bucks off of our money. Well, maybe if we just make that, like the rest of the world has it with government health care, we wouldn't have to pay that much because we're not funding corporations to get wealthy. We're just paying for health care. I mean, I just don't think it's right that people in the wealthiest country in the world die for lack of health care. And MAGA, you need to help me understand this, because I truly do not understand what you think will happen if people get health care. I do not understand where you get the correlation of healthcare means lazy. It just doesn't make any sense unless you are so determined to have people rip you off. Because does anybody think that the insurance and pharma doesn't rob us blind? Why do you want them to do that? I don't understand this. And you know what? Let's try to communicate. Explain to me why you think this is bad. Why you think this is something we shouldn't have. Give me a reason, because I don't see any logic behind not having universal health care. We already pay as much money for it anyway. Every other wealthy country can manage it. Why can't we?